Welcome back to Sports Talk ATL. I'm Jake. He is Alex. I have given the Falcons pretty much no attention this week because we've been dealing with playoff baseball. But now that that's over, well, I mean, are we gonna? Is it gonna be 4-2? Yeah, are we gonna? I completely forgot the record. Yeah, are we gonna move to 4-2? That was what I was gonna say at the end of last segment. That's why I got flubbed. I couldn't remember the record off the top of my head. We're gonna move to 4-2. That's actually gonna be pretty impressive for this group. As we know, the Falcons pretty good at home. That's probably one of the highest compliments you could pay him. Not so great on the road, but hey, this Commanders secondary isn't exactly the best in the league. Drake London on Emmanuel Forbes should be a massive mismatch. Kyle Pitts should be able to, expose a few things. But the Commanders are still a good team. I like Sam Howell, promising young quarterback, pretty solid. They got tons of weapons on offense. They got a good defensive line. So I think this is a good litmus test for both of these teams. I feel like this is a game that both teams look across the other side that we should win this one.
Yeah, I love those kind of games where Falcons fans are on Twitter going, this is a great get right game. We can build momentum, and then Commanders are in their own little Twitter sphere and they're saying, yeah, this is a get right game. Bad loss to the Bears, but we can beat the Falcons. I do love those kind of games, and it feels like one of those games. Yeah, Emmanuel Forbes, playing $160 in this league is not easy. DJ Moore made Emmanuel Forbes look like a JV player. The Falcons' big body receivers. I mean, the smallest receiver that plays significant snaps is probably Drake London, because Mac Hollins is bigger than Drake London's. I mean, that's crazy.
Scotty gets out there sometimes too, but I don't know if he's going to be out there, but he's still like 6'2". He's a big guy.
Scotty plays like 10 snaps a game, if that. But we should have our way, and we should, target Emmanuel Forbes and just throw 50-50 balls until it stops working, honestly. But there are a few different things I want to talk about during this game, because the Falcons they're tied for last with the Giants in sacks. 5 sacks, pretty pathetic, especially when you consider the investment the Falcons made in that side of the ball. But that doesn't tell the whole story. If you look at pressure rate, which is, I'm going to be a nerd, pressure rate, which is quarterback knockdowns, hurries, and sacks combined. So if you divide that by the amount of times the quarterbacks have dropped back, the Falcons rank 4th in pressure rate, 4th in the entire league. So they're getting pressure. They're just not converting those pressures into sacks. Sam Howell is on pace to be sacked 99 times. 99 times. That would shatter the record. David Carr was sacked 76 times in 2002 with the Texans. 76, and that shattered the record. Sam Howell is on track to be sacked 99 times. And the only reason he's not going to be sacked 99 times is if he gets injured. That's the only way, because this Washington offensive line stinks. So the Bears, anemic pass rush, sacked him 5 times. That is something I wouldn't be surprised if the Falcons got 3, 4, 5, or 6 sacks on Sunday.
What was it? Was it Adrian Claiborne whenever the Cowboys had to pull Tyron Smith last night? Chaz Green. That was one of the wildest Falcons games I've ever seen.
That guy was a madman, playing with his hair on fire. I would not be shocked if something similar happened this week. Also, on the other side of the ball, and then I'll pass it back to you. Justin Fields diced up this Washington secondary, as you mentioned. Their front 7 is still stout. I mean, their defensive line is an embarrassment of riches. They have the best defensive line in terms of name value. It hasn't resulted in terms of production, but they are sick up front. It's going to be hard to run on that defense, on that front. Is Desmond Ridder going to have another 300-yard game and lead this Falcons team to a 4-2 record? I don't know. The streets are talking. Justin Fields diced him up. Desmond Ridder, I don't know.
It's just funny because, we talk about how, Commanders fans think this is an easy win for them too. And I can hear what they're saying. They say, well, our secondary is bad, but the Falcons can't throw the ball.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I can hear it right now. Our secondary is bad. They got Desmond Ridder quarterback. He can't make us pay. He can't throw on us. Oh, we got a great defensive front. Their O-line's been bad. Their right tackle, Storm Norton, which, by the way, respect Storm Norton. That's all I got to say. Yeah. But it's funny. Yeah, you talk. I think this is a good matchup game. I think it's going to be interesting. It's going to be kind of who. It's probably going to come down to coaching at the end of it. But I
tend to like our chances if that's the case, because respect to Eric Bieniemy, guy's a hell of an offensive mind. Sam, that's not the problem in Washington. I promise you that. Riverboat Ron is asleep at the wheel. I mean, I hope and pray
He's
that
not.
it
And by
comes.
the way, he's not Riverboat Ron anymore because he had a
Yeah,
chance
yeah,
to
yeah,
win the game. Yeah.
yeah.
That
You're
nickname
right.
has been revoked by me. But I get what you're saying. Yes.
I like our chances. I mean, the guy, he should have been fired. Good thing there's a new ownership. I'm sure Commanders fans are ecstatic to have new ownership. New ownership isn't tied to Rivera. I would not be surprised if they let him go at the end of this season. Hell, if they lose, 3-4 games in a row, his seat could be blazing hot.
I think they'll give him the respect of finishing out the year, but I do agree with you on that. I also think that this is the type of game. If you watch the show, I'm not super optimistic about the Falcons. I predict them to lose all the time. I do think they should win this game.
Yeah.
This is one that you have to have if you're going to make the playoffs. This is kind of turned into a gimme. I watched that whole entire Bears game last week. Come on, this is a gimme. So yeah, well, actually, let's do some score predictions. What are you thinking? What you got?
I haven't looked at the total. Do you know the total?
42.5.
God, it's going to be another 20-19 game.
All right. That might be an underplay.
Yeah, it surely could. Sam Howell did dice up the Bears secondary. The Falcons secondary is much better. Much better. I'm going to go 20-19. Falcons don't
20 to
cover.
19? Is that a
but
score,
they
Gandhi?
win. Yeah.
I'm going to go I'm going to say, Desmond Ritter continues his good play at home. I'm going to say the Falcons actually look pretty good. This is going to be a big optimism week after the Braves lost. I'm going to say 24-13 Falcons. They cover the spread. I think that's an under. Yeah, I think that's an under. But coming up after the break, I just saw something about the Falcons. Fourth easiest schedule left in football. Let's take a look at the rest of the schedule. We'll talk about it.